Well, today I got a special feature for you guys. This is my friend Rick and his son Joe's 1942 GMC 4x4. And they built it in this shop. So let's get into it. So my friend Rick is one of those old school hot rodder guys. He has built a ton of vehicles in this little shop. He bought this truck when Joe was 5. It was a 2-wheel drive. When Joe was 10, they dragged it in the shop, started building it. And when Joe graduated from high school, this thing was done. And it has been on the road since then. Joe's 31 now. This thing has driven down to Montana, I believe it was. They actually threw a rod bearing, drove it 100 kilometers while it was knocking, shaved 1/8 of an inch off the crank, and they just got another motor back in this thing. And it's actually on the road again. It is just beautiful. It's one of the nicest body styles that Chevy ever made, GMC ever made, in my opinion. I love this era. We'll just do a quick walk around the outside before we get into the details, because we're going to pull it out, go for a little spin. Love the tailgate. That's a nice touch. We have set BF Goodrich on it. What do we got? 33 by 1050 by 15s. It has a GM 12-bolt rear diff in it out of a square body Chevy. The front is out of a 73 Blazer that's been narrowed. It's got a Chevy small block in it. It's about 450 horse, and we'll get into it when we pop the hood. So this grill assembly is a spray chrome type of paint, the Cosmochrome setup that you've seen on Count's Customs. I love those headlights. Those are probably my favorite headlights I've ever seen. This thing has power windows and power door locks. This is not a kit. This is a system that Rick and his son Joe developed themselves. You cannot get into this truck unless you turn the power switch on. That is how their system works. It's your basic built-in alarm, and they designed it all themselves. Joe is an engineer now, and it still uses the factory handles. I see a nice gauge package. We have a set of RT seats out of a Dodge Durango. Oh yeah, still got the cool little heater. Love those kind of details. Low car pedals. We have the battery and the switch in the box.
The military box.
Oh yeah, he's got the old military box painted orange. He did have light wood in it before, but he didn't like how it went with the orange, so he went with a dark wood. This is a Hugger orange paint. We're working our way around to the motor.
Odometer gauges.
Those are odometer gauges. I didn't actually have a close look at them. And they painted this truck in this shop. It's got another one going on over there. All right, let's get under the hood. We have a GM brake setup. We have tons of room between the fan and the radiator. Is that an aluminum radiator? Looks like it.
Yeah.
We have a 400 small block. It's got the ram's horn manifolds. We have an Edelbrock manifold, Edelbrock carb, Edelbrock valve covers, and air cleaner.
Aluminum heads.
Oh yeah, aluminum heads.
Edelbrock.
So we're about 450 horse, and his next upgrade is posi because he's getting the one tire fire these days. So we'll just have to find out when we go for a test spin what this thing's like. Which I think we better go for now before it gets too hot out. How do I roll the window down? Oh. excited. Little walk around before we head out on the road. Yeah, one of the really cool things I noticed is they have the emergency brake mounted right there. Oh, it sure is shiny. All right. Spin time. It is a 4x4.
Not bad.
It's nice to hear the 4 barrels. You just don't get to hear the 4 barrels in these days.
You can feel the shift in transmission too. You can feel the kick on that too, right?
So this is running the original leaf springs from 1942 still.
Blazer ones in the top.
Okay, it's got Blazer springs in the back.
Because they're wider, right?
Right.
The fronts are stock.
That means it's got all the square body Chevy brakes on it. It actually rides really nice. These windows a little bit tinted, they seem like it. Yeah.
I do find with these big tires, it likes to track whatever the road is.
Yeah, it wanders a little bit. You definitely get a lot of wind noise in these old trucks.
Yeah.
We got the vent open for our air conditioning now. It actually works good. Turns out I get to drive it too. So I'm 6 feet, and I actually fit pretty good in this thing. What do you, Rick? Like 6'5"?
6'6".
Oh, Rick's 6'6", so yeah. Rick doesn't fit this very well, but he fits. I've actually never been up here. Lived here my whole life. I've never been up to Goose Lake. There you go, you get a big view of Furnace. Well, yeehaw, I wasn't expecting to get to drive this thing. So, quick refresher, because I forgot a few details. We have a 400 small block, Edelbrock aluminum heads. We have a turbo 350 behind it, a 205 transfer case. The front drive shaft fit because they match the front diff from a square body Chevy. The rear drive shaft had to be made. The front springs are factory from 1942. The rear are from a Blazer. And I didn't realize that because this is a GMC and they were totally different than the Chevys, parts are almost non-existent for things. The doors are different. So trying to find doors that fit this truck. It's very hard to do. I think he said there was maybe 3 of these in Canada that he knows of. And this truck has won awards all over Alberta and BC. It is spectacular. So thanks, Rick and Joe. Thanks for letting us feature that. Now you guys are getting an extra special treat at the end of this video today. That's your treat for watching the whole video. I've been bugging Rick for years to let me walk in this building and film what's in here. And this is the first time he's ever let me. We have a 37 Chevy with a 327 and a Muncie 4-speed. I actually got to detail and drive that car before. We have a 66 Chevelle.
Matching numbers original.
Ooh, numbers matching. 283. We have a 39 Chevy that has a supercharger and a 327 in it. And we have a 76 Camaro with a 350. I told you Rick's a hot rodder. I love coming in here. It is just such an honor to be around these awesome vehicles. And of course, I'm gonna bug Rick to get all of them out one day, even if I have to clean them all myself. But that's all you guys get today. I'm too excited. I gotta look at them now.